Hi friends, welcome back again. This year have been favorite for Indian companies to come up with their IPOs and getting listed in the Indian stock exchanges. 41 companies have already got listed in 2021 itself, and many more have lined up to come in the next few months. And the 42nd company to come up with an IPO offering general public a chance to invest in their company is none other than Sansera Engineering Ltd. The company Sansera Engineering Ltd is in the business of manufacturing components for both automotive and non-automotive sectors. But more than 87% of their revenue comes just from automotive sector. And what type of components are they manufacturing? They manufacture complex and critical precision engineered components. What does it mean? Simply, they manufacture those components that are complex in nature and needs to be precise. Any deviation from the required specifications can lead to a disaster. Let's take a look at the components they manufacture. In automotive sector, they have wide range of products such as connecting rod, rocker arm, crankshaft, gear shifter fork, and they also make aluminium parts of engine, suspension, transmission, braking, etc. for two-wheeler vehicles, passenger vehicle and commercial vehicles. In non-automotive sector, they manufacture components for aerospace, off-road and agriculture. But about 76% of combined revenue from automotive and non-automotive sector comes only from three of their products: connecting rod, rocker arm and crankshaft. And one more thing, 50% of their total revenue comes from two-wheeler segment alone. Thus, two-wheeler segment, connecting rod, rocker arm and crankshaft are the four major driving forces for the company. As company's major revenue comes from auto sector, company's condition and future is directly linked to the auto sector's current condition and future potential. And auto sector is currently going through the worst phase it has experienced in decades. And the main reason is the economic breakdown due to COVID-19, transition from BS4 to BS6 and rising steel prices, which is the major raw material for auto sector. And thus, it has also affected the auto ancillary or auto component sector to a greater extent. Now let me tell you briefly all those positives and negatives of the company. Let's start with the positives of the company. Company have increased their product portfolio from 51 products in 2019 to 69 products in 2021. Company's customer list have also increased from 64 in 2019 to 71 customers in 2021, which includes major Indian and global companies, namely Bajaj, TVS, Royal Enfield, Yamaha, Hero, Maruti Suzuki, Honda, Toyota, Volkswagen, JCB, KTM, Polaris and many more. Company have increased its global market share in connecting rods from 0.9% in 2015 to an average of around 2.5% in 2020. It also have a presence outside of India with more than 30% of its revenue coming from exports, of which 25% is from Europe and the rest 5% is from USA. Vehicles market in India have grown at a CAGR of about 9% from 2016 to 2019 and is expected to grow at around 11% CAGR in the next 5 years. Company have reduced debt, with debt to equity ratio coming down from 0.8 in 2018 to 0.5 in 2020. Net cash generated from operating activities have increased from 218 crore in 2019 to 256 crore in 2021. Company's total assets have increased from 1745 crore in 2019 to 1929 crore in 2021. EPS, that is earnings per share, increased from 18 rupees 30 paise per share in 2019 to 20 rupees 50 paise per share in 2021. Company's PE is around 36, which is way below the industry average of 60. And lastly, the world is shifting out of China and are getting more attracted towards India. And that's why India can become the next largest manufacturing hub. Government have also taken an initiative towards this cause through PLI, Product Linked Incentive Scheme. This will surely help the company to boost its revenue. All these are the positives of the company. Now let's take a look at the negatives of the company. The IPO of this company is fully offered for sale. That means no new shares are going to get added. Existing shareholders are selling a part of their shares, and thus OFS acts as an exit strategy for existing shareholders. Because if they really believe in the future growth of the company, they would less likely sell their holdings. And two of its biggest investors, Client Ebene Limited and CVCI GP2 Employee Ebene Limited, though both of these companies are their own group companies, are selling almost half of their holdings. Almost 60% of its revenue comes from its top 5 customers. And if any one customer exits, it will have a disastrous impact on its revenue. Almost 40% of its revenue is only from one of its product, that is connecting rods. And a dip in the demand of connecting rod can again affect the revenue. Though the vehicles market in India have grown at a CAGR of 9% from 2016 to 2019, it experienced a huge decline of more than 13% CAGR in recent 2 years, 2020 and 2021. And if same scenario continues, the company will soon become a loss-making company. Company's revenue have declined from 1640 crores in 2019 to 1572 crores in 2021, and promoter shareholding, which is now 43.91%, will become 36.56% after the listing of the company, which is very low. And lastly, there are large and renowned auto ancillary companies in India, like Endurance Tech, Minda Industries, Bharat Forge and Motherson Sumi. So it will be little tough for such a small company to compete and grow its market share. That's all about the negatives of the company. Before I end this video, let me tell you briefly about the details of this IPO. The IPO is fully an offer for sale, in which existing shareholders are selling about 1.7 crore equity shares at a price band of 734 to 744 rupees. Thus, they are going to raise about 1283 crores through this IPO. You can start to apply for this IPO from 14th September till 16th September. The lot size is set at 20 shares, and thus, as a retail investor, you can invest in between a minimum of 14,880 rupees and a maximum of 1,93,440 rupees. Comment down below which side you think is heavier, positives or negatives, and are you going to apply for this IPO? That's for today, guys. Hit the like button if you really like this video and let YouTube know that we are adding a little value to your life. I am Devajyoti Biswas and you are watching FinTech Funda, and our aim is to help you achieve financial freedom through technical and fundamental knowledge. Subscribe our channel for achieving financial freedom. Thank you.